there is a negative narrative around television journalism, and I subscribe to that. But I think there is a lot of positive impact that AI and big data can bring. And at in our journey, we're trying to focus on how we could really bring those attributes out more than all the negative narrative that has been out there across both digital platforms and television, right? At our end, what we're doing is, what we've realized is that, I'm just going to ask a question to the audience. How many people in this room in 2014 voted? Okay, that's about half the room. Okay, and very often when I ask this question, it's about a third of the room, or it's about 25% of the room. And I think what I've learned over the last 1 year, at least distinctly, is that there is an India beyond the India that we live in, which is really tier one, affluent India. This is not a reflection on any one of us, but there is Bharat, which is beyond India, right? And when I look at this election specifically, I look at this as as an election not just at a national level where parties are fighting, but this is really a regional election, and we all know why, right? With that, here's what we've attempted to do. And so we started curating playlists or feeds using signals around what audiences were telling us. So we don't use any PII. That was the first principle that we used. We don't force you to log in into the app, ever. That's the second principle that we used. The third principle that we used is we form a content graph around how you are engaging with content. How much time are you spending on it? What are you clicking on? What signals are you giving us in terms of liking, disliking certain types of content, or flagging certain types of content, or commenting on it? But we realized in that journey is that can skew the graph, right? Because let's say I only want to see content from a political party, right? And as we're an aggregator, for us, it's a function of supply, right? Now we can control the supply by ensuring that it's coming from reputable publishers, but at the same time, some of those publishers are accused of generating fake news or generating sensational news, right? And so what do we really do about this whole disruption? So we came to a point where, using over 70 models of machine learning, we ended up getting 200 million users who come to us every month to spend 24 minutes a day. But we asked ourselves this hard question, that are we in the business of showing people what they want to see, or showing them the whole perspective, right? And I think as a responsible platform, I think that was something that we realized, that even AI and machine learning can cause biases, right? And that was something that we wanted to really ensure we don't go down the path of. So here's what we're doing now. And actually this, I don't know if I should be saying this, but so it's launching on the 2nd of March. But we are going live with a TV platform within the app. And that TV platform will have 544 channels. No, no surprises on why, but it's basically hyper-local content in 14 different languages across 544 constituencies. And essentially, on the 2nd of March, we also launch our biggest 360-degree television media campaign, where I'd love for you to see it. It's very local, but the promise is get the full perspective. And so essentially what we're doing with AI now is tweaking the algorithms to say, hey, if there's a certain topic, let's just say GST, you may think it's good. Someone in this audience may think it was very poorly implemented, right? And let's say you subscribe to the positive narrative, right? How do you get to see the full picture? How do you get to see the other side? And so essentially we're going down to hyperlocal video that we are curating ourselves with our own teams on the ground across 543 constituencies. We're validating that in post-processing labs on our own to ensure that there aren't biases. But for every hot topic, the AI engine is being tweaked to really bring together the full perspective as a responsible platform. So I think those are some of the reflections along the journey. You can use AI and ML to curate feeds. You can use it for driving up time spent, because in the media business, make no mistake, there are only two things that matter. It's the number of people who come to your platform and the amount of time they spend. That's it. There's no third lever, right? And of course, how much you retain of those people, right? You'll find a way to monetize the business, whether it's subscription, whether it's ads, or whatever it is, right? But essentially, are you being gamified, or is the content or is the algorithm gamifying users' perspectives by just showing them one side of the story? Because content graphs are created like that, right? Or social graphs are created like that, right? And so you got to find a way to be dead center and neutral and show the full picture. I think that is responsible journalism. While we're not journalists, we're a tech platform. But that's the way we think about the journey. Those are some of my opening thoughts here.